My name's Ned.
My name's Ned.
What? My name's Ned.
I'm Cam.
This is Ned and Cam.
Chatting Wham. Eating scran. In a van. Vindaloo.
With Ned and Cam.
Staying alive. Staying alive. Ha, 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 ha. Staying alive. Staying alive. Ha, 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 ha. Staying alive.
Howdy doodly neighborinos. Welcome to Ned and Cam, our new channel.
Fresh beginning.
We betrayed Tobby TV. We betrayed the Mighty Blues.
We ran away.
It's time to start again. We're in the studio.
Yeah, well, we use the facilities.
But don't let them know. We thought we'd do a little side channel where we got a bit of spare time. It's the summer holidays, so we're off school.
On the beach, as you can tell.
We are
Not
on the
Crosby,
beach.
not Formby, probably.
St Helens Beach.
Does they have palm trees?
No.
Ah.
We're
in Southport.
There's a trolley over there, though. So yeah, we thought we'd start a little breakaway channel. We're just gonna do stuff like challenges and gaming and podcasts. Ned and Cam chat Wham.
Yeah.
We can do that pretty much now, but this is just a bit of an introductory. We're gonna do some gaming rather than just playing FIFA, because honestly, FIFA is.
It's dross. It's enjoyable when we play it for the career mode and that, but that game is a nonsense.
It's just far too.
EA couldn't make a game if you paid them to, and we literally paid them to make a game.
The rules are just nonsense. There's a couple of episodes of FIFA I've edited, but not put out yet. But I don't know if we'll do it anymore until we'll start a new career mode, because the season's starting soon on the new game.
On the new game, yeah.
But that game is just, it makes me angry. Angry.
Well, we'll tease this channel, haven't we, a bit on the streams and on the videos and stuff, whether people would like a neutral channel where we just sort of press record and see where the conversation takes us, and it's not football orientated or Everton orientated, and people seem to want to enjoy it, mostly because even on the channels that we should be talking about football, we end up veering off into talking about other things anyway, so this is practically just an excuse.
We chat Wham anyway.
That's it, you know.
This is more like Pen and Baz was like, lads, get out. Like,
yeah, that's it.
You're sacked.
We've been expelled effectively.
Start your own channel.
We've robbed a green screen, a light and a camera, and here we are now. So help us get back in the good books of Pen and Baz.
So we thought we'd do stuff like, we got Minecraft planned, because Minecraft's boss. There ain't no glitches in Minecraft like FIFA.
No,
they actually,
just a plain, simple game.
Mojang put, are they called Mojang?
Mojang. They were, I think he sold it for about £45 billion, but there you go. You know, what can you do?
Anyway, Mojango put a lot of effort into their game, so gonna play that. Bit of Crash Bandicoot or something. We got the podcast, and
GTA, streams, GTA.
We were thinking mukbangs and stuff as well. Just sit down, try food. We've got some Injured Lights over there. We'll probably scran that to ourselves, to be honest. But we'll start bringing on some weird food, like the hottest food in the world.
Well, McDonald's have just bought a new burger out, haven't they? The McSpicy, yeah, and you've got to determine how spicy it is to your taste. They
always release stuff and de-release stuff.
I've never had that.
Do you know what? Do you know what the Big Taste is? It called the Big Tasty?
The Big Tasty, yeah.
Why do they always release it for like a week and then take it back?
They used to do this thing, didn't they, where they done like a Taste of America, and they had a different burger, and they had
just released it.
They had an Indian one which was like on a naan bread, and it was the nicest thing ever, and then they just go, yeah, see you later. But everything tastes the same in McDonald's.
If McDonald's weren't all 15-year-olds on minimum wage, and they actually got some experience.
Where you were going with this one?
got some proper head chefs in, like, I don't know, Monica Geller or something.
And Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah. And they'd actually get your order right for once.
That's it. Well, if Gordon Ramsay worked at McDonald's, it'd be better, wouldn't it? Because the food would be well nicer.
It's raw!
Get it done is what I say. But there's a McDonald's 15 minutes down the road, so maybe that's where an episode.
Right up there.
Yeah. One way, or I don't know.
Well, let's do a vlog to McDonald's.
A Mac mukbang.
It's near the station.
A Mac mukbang of.
A Macbang.
The smack spicy Mac mukbang, big Mac.
Also, the Big Tasty, last year, or the year before, they released the Big Tasty, but they did a chicken version.
Did they?
Yeah, so it's like, I was having like...
No.
It was a big...
No, they didn't.
It was chicken fillet, bacon, cheese and all that
Oh my God, I missed it.
But last year, they didn't release the chicken one. So I just had to...
I'm fuming.
Everyone was there having these big tasties, and I was like, oh, should I have a chicken sandwich then?
Well, in different countries, they do a Big Mac, don't they? But with chicken burgers. It's like a chicken Big Mac.
Wow.
Again, European tours with Ned and Cam, on the road with Ned and Cam, trying European food.
The KFC one, it's a Zinger burger, but they call it something else. They call it a bacon burger.
Where?
In KFC. I don't know if they still do it.
Britain? In England?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've only had it a couple of times though, because I just used to get the Mackey's version instead of the Big Tasty.
There you go.
But when they've not got the Big Tasty, I have to go with the KFC. And being honest, right, you could probably Google it as well. KFC St Helens is really bad.
Yeah.
Awful. The chicken's terrible. It's always grey and green.
Oh.
If they've even got it, sometimes they run out of chicken.
Oh,
Kentucky Fried Chicken. I run out of country. Honestly, if you just go and Google and type in KFC St Helens.
Legally, we're allowed to say this?
I'm not. I don't work for KFC. We're not sponsored by
Fair
KFC,
enough.
are we?
KFC and St Helens, get your stuff together because it's not good enough.
Until they sponsor us next week. KFC is wonderful.
On a serious conversation though, where do you rate KFC in terms of places to... we'll gloss over that. Places to eat. Like, because I personally, KFC is like... I mean, to be fair, the last 2 times I've had it, it's sort of crept up in my estimations because I've got... I'm not even sniffing in. I'm not breathing for this segment. It's kept up in my estimations because I've got a boneless banquet and you get the popcorn chicken and the gravy and the... So it was all right, nice. But I still think KFC is rock bottom for me, you know, below Subway, Mackey's, Burger King, Pizza Hut, Domino's. I know they're different foods, but where does KFC rank for you?
If you're going to do it fairly, let's say... We'll base them all on in the St John's Market. It is St John's, isn't it, in town?
In town, okay.
The food court, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Because the KFC there is the best KFC I've had because you compare it to St Helens. And I've had the one in Liverpool, Consistency, on the food court. McDonald's on the food court, Subway on the food court. What else is there?
There's not a Burger King anymore. There's an...
Burger King...
There's a Chopsticks. Have you ever been to Chopsticks?
I've been on the food court. No, there's a hot dog one as well, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a fish and chip one. Chopsticks is unbelievable. But if you've not been to Chopsticks, go. It's like Subway, but for Chinese food.
Really?
Yeah, you get rice or noodles, then you get like salt and pepper chicken or sweet and sour chicken. You can get spring rolls. It's like Subway, but
when I'm back in uni,
for Chinese food. It's unbelievable, mate.
So it's a Chinese buffet?
Practically, yeah, but...
but it's like Subway.
Yeah, but they do it for you, and then you get the pot and you can get prawn crack. Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like Wok and Go, if Wok and Go was good.
So anyway...
Sorry, mate.
You only really go Burger King if you go to Blackpool, Pleasure Beach, let's be honest. Because it's the only
thing there, yeah.
And to be honest, when you do go Blackpool, Pleasure Beach, the burgers are like this. You get a couple burgers, you thought, we've been on some ride, let's have some scran. And then we'll just go in the log flume or something where it's not like...
Settle.
But then you get some... But then, to be honest, the burgers are really nice.
The burgers
but the chips aren't the best. But I'm going to say they've got the best burgers.
Okay.
KFC, I'm going to be honest, in St Helens, not great. But when I go in the food court, I get a cheeky lunchbox. You get some wings, some boneless chicken, some drumsticks. Yeah, it is pretty nice. The chips aren't very good, but the chips with the gravy are good.
There you go.
Chips with the gravy are good. McDonald's, the chips are amazing.
Yeah, I would agree.
I've never had McDonald's gravy because I don't think there is McDonald's gravy.
There is definitely not McDonald's gravy, and if there is, I will be fuming.
The sauce is a bit naff.
Yeah.
I don't really like gherkins. Salad's okay. The lettuce is okay. The best salad is Subway. Subway, by the way, is probably my favourite. McDonald's, the burgers are pretty boss. Not gonna lie. I don't know if they're as good as Burger King's burgers. But I'd say all around the go-to place to get yourself high cholesterol and
takeaway food.
Yeah, and you know, terrible bowel problems. McDonald's.
There you go. So if anybody's out there looking for high cholesterol and terrible bowel problems, you know where to go. I'd probably agree. I think McDonald's is consistent. I think the burgers and stuff are all right, but the thing about McDonald's is you will get the same quality every McDonald's you go to, whereas KFC, like you said,
if you get the
right
order,
a bad one, if you get the right order, which you don't often. But if you go to a bad KFC, then it could be really bad. If you go to a good KFC, it can be really good. Burger King, I think, service stations as well. Service stations, if you're driving a long way, there's always a Burger King in a service station.
There's one in Burton Wood on the 62, I think, or something.
And some of the
60.
It might just be because you've been 6666.
At M6, I think it is.
M6.
The Burton Wood services on the
you go.
M6.
Google it. I think anything, when you've been driving for that long, or you've been travelling for that long, and you eat anything, it tastes amazing. But a chicken royale large meal with a Coke after you've been driving for 3 hours, don't care what time of day it is, it goes down an absolute treat.
You don't drive, do you?
No, but I'm always a passenger.
If you're in the car,
Yeah,
if you're sitting there for 3 hours,
if you're sitting there doing nothing, thinking about the Burger King,
I'm hungry.
then it's even nicer. Exactly. I can't even begin to imagine how nice it is for the person that's having to concentrate for 3 hours while I'm a kip dreaming of Burger King. But there you go. No, I would agree. I think Subway's up there. Burger King's expensive as well.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Proper expensive.
That's the thing with McDonald's. I won't just buy a meal. I want to go and have a Big Mac. I have to go to the saver menu. I'll have 2 double bacon cheeseburgers. I'll have 2 portions of large fries. And I'll have a milkshake or a Tango or Fanta, whatever it is. I think the Tango, isn't it? Which, by the way, tastes so much better in a bottle than it does in a can.
Tango?
Lovely in a can, especially cherry Tango.
Yeah.
Same in the Coke. The Coke tastes better at McDonald's than it does in a can.
Isn't that mad though? Because Dr. Pepper tastes better in a can than it does in a bottle, in my opinion.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think Dr. Pepper tastes well better in a can.
I
than
don't
it does
think
in a
I've
bottle.
ever had Dr. Pepper in a bottle.
No.
What does taste
can.
nicer in a can than a bottle is Coke, Cherry Conk.
Cherry
Conk.
Cherry Coke.
Is a Cherry Conk?
I just feel like cans are colder.
Yeah, that is
Like,
true.
Especially they preserve the cold more.
Especially if they've been in a fridge.
yeah. If a freezer, even more so. But
no,
no, they do, even if you put a bottle in a fridge, if you get a bottle out of a fridge for 8 hours, and you get a can out of a fridge for 8 hours, the can's well colder, and therefore the drink tastes well nicer.
But you can get a couple of cans out of the fridge and just go. But if you get a bottle out of the fridge, it's got condensation, you do that, and then you go, ooh.
That's it. And you can't do the stone cold with bottles. You can get a couple of cans out the fridge and go, and then stand in your kitchen going, whereas you can't do that with the can.
That wasn't a good look.
To get clipped.
That wasn't did it that way.
That was stone cold. The glasses smashes and then yeah, that's stone cold. Yeah.
Isn't that Kevin Owens? Kevin Owens is
It's very similar now, Kevin Owens
is he stole the
shit
stunner,
stone cold, isn't he? Yeah, he stole the stunner and everything. Done it to Logan Paul, though, to be fair. So,
do you know
the aspiration for NED&CAM is that we get to a point where we're receiving stunners at WrestleMania from Stone Cold and Logan Paul.
Logan Paul got one.
Logan Paul got one, so why can't we get one? I mean, he fought Floyd Mayweather. Why can't I fight Floyd Mayweather?
Oh, he fought Big Show, didn't he?
Floyd Mayweather did, yeah, years ago.
Also,
beat him as well.
He did. He got the nunchuckles and just went...
punched him in the face. Pew! Knocked him out. Even though the Big Show's like 425 times.
Yeah, but Floyd Mayweather is probably the pound-for-pound best boxer in the world. I say in the world. He's fighting Logan Paul now. He can't
yeah, he's...
one of the best pound-for-pound boxers of all time.
Yeah, he's very good technically, but he didn't
Big Show
because of that. It was scripted.
Yeah, that's a good point. Do you know that win actually went on his record as well?
Floyd Mayweather's, did it? I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised.
It put him 31-0 or 30-0 or something.
I'm really not surprised.
It's like...
He probably wanted the Floyd Mayweather, the Logan Paul.
It's like when Big Show's going,
record.
Go on, punch me.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
He's just a big...
As if the Big Show would get knocked out from a fella that's like about the size of me, if not smaller.
He's smaller than you. Do
you reckon Floyd Mayweather?
He's
I could beat Floyd Mayweather in the fight.
He's about me, but less bulkier.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon I could beat Floyd Mayweather in the boxing fight?
I think you'd walk up to you and I think you'd go, "Wah!"
Yeah.
And he'd just go, "Ugh!"
Exactly.
And he'd go flying out the ring.
And I'd win by default of like the wrestling used to do, where if you get counted out for 10 out the ring, and I'd just throw him out and keep throwing him out.
Just go, get out! Just fall far enough for it. He has to run to get back in. And then I can come in and go, round one.
in your bikini.
In my bikini. Why not?
If anyone wants to see that, commission it.
Do you know what? I wish I had my bikini on now because I'm sweating out here in
this beach
in the Bahamas.
The fella that's just gone past there with a few cocktails and forgot to flag him. Bit of food over there.
Oh,
that a shark?
Oh,
I don't know why I'm looking that way because the sea is very clearly behind me. So, is that a shark?
Holy cow! Someone's just been eaten by a shark.
There you go. You get it all here. You're literally getting
yeah.
Shark movie investigation
sand
things
in me sandals.
behind us. I did put to Ned that we should have sunglasses on, hats, and
we'll go
preferably swimming shorts. But
we'll go to space next week.
Oh, can we?
If you go to space.
Richard Branson's just been to space, hasn't he?
Has he?
I'm sure Richard Branson's just been to space. This Virgin thing I've seen all over the internet went to space. But, okay, so it went to space. So I heard on the radio briefly, paraphrasing, I'm probably wrong, he's charging £250,000 for a ticket on this Virgin Space Galactic thing to go into space. But you don't really go into space as in go to the moon and get to see aliens and shit. You just basically...
There's aliens on the moon?
There's aliens on the moon, yeah. That's where Paul lives. That's where Paul the alien lives, I think. But you just basically breach that, I don't know what it's called, sort of the scientists out there will know. And you get into like where it's a bit dark a bit. Basically, if you go to London Dungeons, you get the same experience as if you go on.
So you just leave the atmosphere.
I think so, yeah, for a bit, and then you might go out there for like 20 minutes, and you might have a tour guide saying there's a star and there's a space that you can't see because there's no light, and there's a planet that we don't really know of yet. But it's basically 300 grand to get to space for a bit.
You may as well just get high or smashed and go on the big one at Blackpool. That's more of an experience.
That's not a bad shout. You could ruin Richard Branson's future there by that mere suggestion.
Talking about the dungeons, Cameron did go to London last week on a business venture to try and sign Lionel Messi.
Yeah. Met my Marcel Brands in the train station.
Marco Brands,
yeah.
Oh, hi, Jim. So anyway, did you go to London Dungeons?
I did.
It's boss, isn't it?
Oh, it's unbelievable, mate. It was unbelievable. You know what? We booked it in advance, and I remember booking it and thinking, we'll go. I don't really expect much, because I didn't know what it was about beforehand, so I didn't really expect much.
Would you like this with your missus?
Oh, we were proper holding each other tight.
It's really scary, isn't it?
There was a little scream from me at one point. I can't lie, you know. Sometimes you've got to scream. Sometimes you've got to get it out. But you go in, and we were in there for an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes, and you wouldn't have been able to tell it was that much fun. For anyone that doesn't know, I'm not going to ruin it. You go through all of basically London's history, from Henry VIII to the Great Fire of London to Jack the Ripper to Sweeney Todd and all of these mad stuff in between. There's a log flume in there right at the start. There's a ride at the end which drops you.
Which is scary.
Oh, proper scary.
I'm not going to ruin it, but they hang you.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
They don't put your neck in a rope.
No.
But like, there's a mirror in front of you, and they put ropes on you. They still do that. They put ropes in your neck.
And then you drop. But it was amazing. The actors there were amazing. And do you know what they done as well? To be fair to them, obviously with the whole COVID and stuff, they had to wear a mask. We had to wear a mask, and they really played and emphasised on the mask thing. So they weren't wearing like the typical blue masks you see or an Everton mask, or one wasn't wearing the JD mask. They were wearing masks that were with their character. So practically, if they'd have a mouth drawn on, or they'd have scars on it, or it'd have blood all over it. So it sort of went with the character they were playing, and they also mentioned the fact that they were wearing masks. They didn't just gloss over it. They said, like, if you don't wear your mask, we're going to chop your head off, basically, which mightn't seem appealing to people, but it was good.
Straight to the point.
Better
than our government.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Yeah,
isn't it scary when you're in when they're watching the video about the Fire of London bit, and then the smoke starts coming into the room, and the room starts filling with smoke, and you're like, oh my god, we're reliving it.
Yeah, it's here. And then the plague and everything. It was boss. Yeah. For 30, 24 quid, whatever it was, I would recommend, if you're in London, anybody doing it. If you're scared of the dark and you're scared of tight, confined places and people acting as serial killers, then it mightn't be for you. But
what's the one where they're acting it out, and there's someone on a stand, and then there's a rope or something there? Was that the plague one? And there's like fire in the background or something. That was years ago when I went. So
I can't remember. It might have changed.
It's scary when they're showing you those tools and what they used to do.
Oh yeah.
It's like
with the Henry VIII bit. No, it was, and they had a little like cell bit, and they basically said to someone, you stand there, and you sit in this seat. And one fella was sat in the cell and nothing happened to him. One fella was sat in the seat and he was basically just told what the tools do. And this other woman was stood in a cell and obviously was just standing there thinking nothing's going to happen. And there was a door behind her that she obviously didn't know was there, that was secret. And one of the actors lovely come and slam the door. Well, she absolutely, pardon me French, she might have defecated in her pants. And for the rest of the tour, and that was like 10 minutes in, for the rest of the tour, she very literally couldn't walk without shitting herself. Even emergency exit signs, because she's seen them bright. She was like, oh, and it was rather amusing. If you're that woman and you're watching, I apologise for having to go through that traumatic experience, but it was dead fun.
By the way, Farmageddon's there. If you've been to Farmageddon, but it's a bit more.
I've never been.
Bit more local, isn't it? Than London Dungeons.
Not local to us, because we're obviously in
no,
Hawaii,
but it's a less of a trip than
yeah.
to people in the northwest.
Yeah, to people that aren't in Hawaii like me and Ned.
Yeah. Are we in Hawaii?
Yeah, I think it's Hawaii somewhere. We don't know anymore.
Our tickets at the Bahamas.
We just fly and we see where we are.
So yeah, Farmageddon's there. London Dungeons is there. London Dungeons is that much above Farmageddon that Farmageddon had to just get strippers in. They have strippers there now.
Do they? Yeah.
It's all these scary people, and then it's just some strippers just like dancing on a stage. It's like you're literally only there so people will come to Farmageddon because you know that.
Is
London
it that
Dungeons
much better?
Is way better.
I've never been to Farmageddon, so I won't be going now. If I know that London Dungeons is that much better,
I've never been to Farmageddon, but I know it's nowhere near as good as London Dungeons.
And those are the conclusions we come to.
Everyone says Farmageddon's over in 10 minutes. London Dungeons goes on for ages.
Yeah, an hour and 40.
And you get your money's worth, and there's a boss ride.
It is. There's a couple, even the log flume, which I didn't expect was boss. Well, no, we had a good time. We went to see MI6, seeing James Bond. They wouldn't let me in the building, which I thought was quite strange. I thought they'd just let you in the MI6 building.
Sorry, no James Bond villains allowed.
They let Johnny English in. I was expecting to go in with the voice changing Savile lozenges and go, hello,
Hello.
Anybody here? But no, they didn't let me in. All I wanted was I'd watch that shoot lasers or, that shot, these things that make people go asleep and stuff, but didn't let me in.
Did you go Madame Tussauds?
No, we didn't do it. We didn't do it because
I've never been. I really want to
I have no incest in wax people. But then I was talking to someone about it and they said that they actually put on a bit of a show as well at times. They've got actors in there.
Well, like the
that
wax
jump out on you.
The wax people come to life.
Yeah, it is.
Holly Willoughby is like...
Do you know what, by the way?
Hello.
Slightly off topic, but this is what you're going to get on this channel. I was listening to the radio yesterday, on the way home. Wasn't driving, because I don't drive. They done a vote on the 3 best celebrities that you would want as your neighbour. Top 3 best celebrities you want as your neighbour. Guess the 3 of them. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Who people voted as the celebrities they'd want as their next door neighbour.
Rita Ora.
As what?
Number 1.
Okay.
Katy Perry's number 2.
Okay.
She's an Instagram model, not a celebrity.
This is just your perfect neighbours, or who you think the actual neighbours?
I thought people would vote. They're not saying that.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. If you think the people are voting, then that's the question.
And then Iggy Azalea, number 3.
Iggy Azalea, who lives not in Britain.
Okay, I'll start again. Mine would be Duncan Ferguson as my next door neighbour. Brian Barzik, who's like a reptile specialist.
A snake man.
And then Steve Backshall.
Okay. Do you know the 3 that were voted? Well, David Attenborough was number 1. As who people would like as the next door neighbour. Bradley Walsh was number 2.
Bradley Walsh, he's an
idiot. As the next door neighbour. And number 3, even worse, was Holly Willoughby. People voted
Tori Holly.
People voted Tori Holly as 3rd for who they'd want as their next door neighbour, and I've never nearly thrown myself out of a car and took and rolled more in my life.
Yes, hello. I'd like a quote to have on the side of my house.
Yeah.
It's a semi, but I want it on the.
Aye.
It's a semi-detached, but I want it on the wall.
You do the Snoop Dogg bit.
Yeah. I want to look into the other house. Why? Because Holly Willoughby lives there, you fool.
Exactly.
Tori,
just one big window.
Tori Holly. I do like how she had thingy off. What's her name? Katie.
Katie Hopkins.
Katie Hopkins.
Everyone has Katie Hopkins. She has herself off.
I don't let my children play with other children who are named after countries. And Holly just goes, "What's your kid's named India?" Katie just goes, well, not India after the country. Who names the kid after a country? They name because it's a
Might
nice
have been
name.
named after a scran.
Maybe.
She's an idiot, Katie Hopkins, isn't she?
Right, come on, egg fried rice. We're going to the shops. My favourite. Dad.
14-inch pepperoni passion. Stop it.
Why is salt and pepper chicken called salt and pepper chicken? I named your sister after my favourite meal.
It's not a bad idea,
Come on, big tasty.
Maybe we should do that. No, we can't name our kids after.
What do you mean?
Meals that we try on
What do you mean our kids? We're not adopting any children, are we?
Could be a good episode.
New member of NED&CAM.
Could be a good series.
We could adopt like a studio dog or something.
That'd be sick.
Oh, do you know what we should do?
Sick.
Get a studio ball python and put it in a viv there, and we can just
Don't they hurt ball pythons?
No, ball pythons are docile. The royal pythons are here, but they're one of the most they're like a beginner snake. But they're one of the most common snakes in the world. But they probably are other that or the red rat snake, which is a corn snake. So ball snakes, instead of like attacking you or something, which they'd never do, they just go and ball.
Oh, do you think?
Ball.
Oh.
But they'd love to just cuddle you and wrap themselves around you and just go. They don't like constrict you like a constrictor, although boa constrictors are quite docile, but they constrict their prey, which most snakes do.
Yeah.
But you have snakes that are constrictors like that, and then there's a species of snakes called the constrictors, which are quite docile, to be honest.
Ah.
There's your
everyday
snake.
There you go. One snake fact every episode, and that is it. Do you think Ped and Baz would let us have a snake in the corner of the office?
Never.
I don't think as well. Maybe a pet dog though, but then again, who'd look after it? Sai.
Yes.
Ross.
Sai's in Ibiza right now.
Is he? Yeah.
Yeah. It was greenlisted, aren't they?
I'm so jealous.
He was watching the news and they went, "Love, Ibiza's greenlisted.
Buckets.
Book it now.
Book it now. Flights are done.
You know,
I don't blame him.
flights are tonight."
I really don't blame him, to be honest. I'd do the same if...
I'd love going. Do you know what I'd love to now? Just to go sit at John Lennon Airport and just... Is there a pub next to like the airport or something you can just sit and watch planes take off? There's one at Manchester Airport, a pub outside.
Don't think so. Do you like that all that, do you? See, I think that makes me feel a bit sad because I'm not
sitting there watching planes.
Just
like...
watching people going, I'm going on holiday and you're sitting in a pub.
Yeah.
See you later, mate. And I'm
just make
sitting
you feel
there
sad.
drinking John Smith.
The best part of your holiday is when you're in your airport and you go sit in the costume.
Oh, unbelievable.
See the plane taking off and you go, oh, there's ours coming in now.
There's ours, yeah.
Ooh, that's a big plane. How does it fly?
Well, hopefully like every other one.
Oh, yeah. The best bit is when you walk through the tube going onto the plane. The most heartbreaking thing is when you start walking downstairs and it takes you outside and you have to walk up.
Or you get on that
get
bus.
lost. I want to get on a tube.
Yeah.
Take me into
the little tunnel thing. You feel like a proper celebrity, don't you? Where
it's like you walk through
your sunglasses on,
and
you've
you're
got your case. No one knows who you are, but you think that everyone knows who you are.
Here you go, Chives.
Yeah. Where's my seat?
Stop calling me Chives. I'm your dad.
My name's John. What would you say the best part of an airport experience is then? That's sitting watching the planes? Because I'd say the fact that you can go to an airport at any time, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock, you will get an English breakfast, a full English breakfast.
I like it in the day, right? I used to go to John Lennon Airport, but the past couple of times I've been on holiday, I've had to go to Manchester Airport. Love both of them. But the best bit is when your suitcase goes off that thing.
And it makes that noise?
Yeah, no, like what I'm saying is like after that bit, you got through that, and then you just walk.
Oh, the shops,
all the shops, all the restaurants.
Yeah, the pubs.
There's the windows where the plane's taking off. There's a Costa. There's a Nando's. There's also you can just go sit down, watch the plane take off, get a Costa. You can go. There's a JD where like
tax free as well in the airport.
Aren't
they tax free, so saving yourself a bit of money.
The 2016-17 season. I went to JD in the airport and it was the first the Everton kit be released in the day and they had the kit in there, which is for Everton, which is really strange because I went to Sports Direct in St Helens a couple of weeks ago to pick up some socks. No sign of any Everton thing except for like one plain blue training top that's been there for like 5 years since they got the new badge, and it's just kid sizes. Yeah, there was like Wigan, PSG, all Chelsea, United, Chelsea in St Helens. So, well done, Everton. Enough of football.
Enough of Everton. I'd agree.
Airport is boss.
I'd agree. Mine's probably that, like I said, I don't eat breakfast. Don't eat breakfast whatsoever on any day. But if I'm going on holiday, I will eat a full English breakfast, whether it's 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, and I will get it out of... I remember going to... When I was around stingy, went to Cancun, we mates a couple of years ago, and we went to, obviously we were in Manchester Airport, flying Terminal 2 or something, and there was this restaurant there, you know you are if you're watching, you know you are, charged 16 quid for a full English breakfast that consisted of 1 tiny egg, 3 hash browns that were like that, like, just so anyone, like that, that's not very big for anyone that can't see, for the visually impaired, that's not very big, 1 sausage about that big, small sausage, no bacon, and 2 bits of mushroom, 16 quid. I nearly flew off my seat, but I enjoyed it, and I ate it, and I liked it for the principle that I was going to Cancun. And the other lads got a Burger King, and I was fuming because I didn't get a Burger King. But you live in your life.
I would have took the English breakfast, walked back to the counter, and gone, nah.
It wasn't even that nice either. If it was good, I know you had a bit of beans there as well. There's a few beans there, but that was it. That was it.
Was it table service? Did they bring it to you at your table?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, but I was
They'd
talking.
been bringing it. I'd have been like, now.
What is that? No, but I was too busy like looking on, you know, oh, going on holiday, look at my phone, look at the hotel, what are we going to do when we get there? The next minute I open my eyes and there's a scran there that I didn't order.
I don't care about where I'm going or where I'm getting there. I just care about the airport. I land there, I get off the plane and I'm like, now.
Take me back to the airport.
Too hot. Literally, the first couple of days of your holiday's boss, and after 3 days you're just like, it's me dogs. It's my dogs.
Yeah. No, it is. It's the airport experience is unbelievable. Do you like flying? The actual thing
I love flying.
I love flying.
I love it.
I love flying.
Best bit's when you're taking off and you're just going, and then you just go,
and you allow the G-force to push you back. Sometimes you try and fight it subconsciously by going, no, I'm the alpha male here. I will not be pushed back by mere wind. But sometimes I like to go, no, do you know what? I'm going to allow myself to fly back in my seat here. And it's like a ride, you like that. It's great.
The best ones are when they have the little telly in front of you. And they put like
long haul flights.
They're like there's a plane called Germania once, big massive plane, and they had the tellies here, and they had We Bought a Zoo on.
Oh, it's right. It's right.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite films. And then they had 2.5 Men on, which is...
It's always good when you get, especially with long haul flights, it's always good when you get a good amount of films. When we were in Cancun, he was like Lord of the Rings and stuff, and I tried, what I wanted to do, there's 3 Lord of the Rings, so what I wanted to do effectively was watch all 3, and that would have been the flight over.
Oh, yeah.
I got halfway through the first one and realised that I was only watching to watch all 3, so the flight was over, and this interested myself, so I moved on. But it is good when you've got a couple of really good films and you sit down and you watch them, and then, but I always find myself thinking I'm only watching this because I want an excuse to get away from the time of the flight, and then I'm constantly checking, and then you go on that little map where you can see the plane, and you're 45 hours away from where you want to be, so typically I just put my headphones in and...
Take my iPad and play ping pong against the computer, and I go, everyone's asleep with their phones, and I just go, bing, shit! Last time, when I used to go, they don't take me anymore, but when I used to go on holiday with my mum and dad...
don't they? I'll take you, mate.
My mum used to sit there when we were taking off,
Hashtag going, take Ned on holiday.
My mum used to sit there when we were taking off, just going... And like, she just, like, when it first, like, moves and stuff, she's like, when you first feel the plane, like, when it goes up and you first feel it do this, she just got going, oh. I was like,
yeah, a lot of people are afraid of it, aren't they? I mean, my mum doesn't like the taking off and landing. The ears popping for me is the worst thing about a plane. More so when you're coming down.
It was a pain when you were a kid, but like when you get older, like you don't feel it.
Yeah.
I used to just have a stick of lolly in when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And just be like,
time blow.
This is great.
No, it used to be horrible when you were a kid, wasn't
when
it?
you're like older, you don't even realise, do you? I don't think your ears pop anymore when you get older. Is it because I've got big ears?
Do you do pop? Man pop when we went to Wham the other day.
I've got quite big ears.
Pop the... Well, like you said, it's probably because your cavities. Ear cavities?
Cavities are...
What are they called? Canals? Ear canals?
Ear canals.
Canals, because they're bigger and you...
the plane's taking off. My cavities, my teeth!
No, but you're right, you probably don't see it as much. But no, plane experience is unbelievable for me. Just that, even that waking up on the day of your holiday and like leaving the house at stupid o'clock in the morning, fully dressed, fully awake and fully ready, as if it's like, typically you will not see me before 9 o'clock with any sort of enthusiasm whatsoever. If we're going on holiday and I've got to be at that airport by 5 o'clock, I will be up at 3 o'clock as if like I've had a full night's sleep and I'm like a spring chicken, even though I've probably slept for like 2.5 minutes. But no, it's amazing. I just can't wait to go on holiday again, mate. I can't wait.
We should go on a lads' holiday.
We should go on a NED&CAM holiday.
You stay there, females.
Yeah,
we'll go on a lads' holiday to Alcudia Club.
Where's that? Portugal?
No, it's in Mallorca.
Oh, okay. I like Mallorca. I've been to Mallorca. Very good.
Club Mac, the hotel, Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, the 3 hotels. You get free burgers, all inclusive, all day.
Oh my God.
Honestly, hand on heart, best burgers I've ever tasted by a mile.
Oh my God, I want to go.
Unbelievable. I used to just go, sit behind the pool and have about 18 burgers a day. Go out on a night, come back into the thing, free burgers, about 5 of them on a night. Unbelievable, mate.
Oh, I'll have to go.
And then there's literally the hotels here, and part of the package, ginormous water park across the road.
Yeah, oh my God.
It's giant, there's big massive wave pool, the slides that go woo, Oh, it's
Can we
honestly, we are going.
We are going.
Tomorrow.
Now.
It's amazing.
We're literally going in 20 minutes, so we'll probably have to wrap this up.
The only problem is it's so hot in Alcudia.
I don't mind the heat,
It's like 30 degrees in the day Celsius.
I don't mind the heat. You know what? Sometimes it gets a bit. I was watching a wrestler yesterday. I'll probably say Ryback. Used to be in the WWE.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you know him. He's got a YouTube channel now and he films these
Has
videos. Yeah, he films like videos. But what he does is he does basically what we're gonna do, and that's he does like a Ryback eat, and he basically gets all sorts of. He's vegan, but obviously he lives in Vegas, so there's whereas if we were vegan and we were to do a eat, you'd probably be watching us eating lettuce and tomatoes all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas because he lives in Vegas, he gets like vegan barbecue chicken burgers with bacon that obviously aren't
How
really
can you
chicken
be a
and bacon.
vegan when you live in the States? There's so much good like
But
meat.
because he's an athlete, he does it because he says it's well better for performance and it's well better for how he looks to get back into wrestling. But he does have steak, but obviously it's vegan steak. But he raves about it and he had vegan everything. And he was sat in his car the other day eating a meal. And by the way, mukbang content is amazing and watching people review food is amazing.
ASMR food.
But it makes me so hungry. I could have a full 4-course meal and watch Ryback eat a burger and be absolutely starved.
Do you know what I sometimes do if I'm having a meal? Like if I'm having like I make 3 wraps. What I'll do, this is a big challenge. I'll stick Matt Stoney on, burrito challenge or something where he's like the world record eater. He just gets a big bag and goes. But he's super skinny. So I'll just sit there with
makes
my
you
wraps
more
going,
hungry, doesn't it?
3, 2, 1. With me wraps.
Trying to match it.
I'll have one bite and be like, oh, we should do like an eating challenge.
But anyway, he was reviewing this food in Vegas, and it was 115 degrees Fahrenheit, which worked out as 46 degrees Celsius.
That's
46 degrees
That's
Celsius.
like,
he was sat in his car eating with aircon on.
That's like the outback.
46 degrees
That's the Australian
Celsius.
outback.
I couldn't last. I've been to Vegas twice, and I think max it got was 42 when we were there, and but that was like max, as in we couldn't go in the street. You had to. So obviously there's a strip in Vegas. In order to, we were staying in the Stratosphere, which is the big tall, skyscraper one. There's a hotel in it. And we wanted to get to I don't know, there was a shop or something that my dad wanted to get to, about 5 minutes down the road. We had to leave the hotel, go into this shop, which we never wanted to go in, cross the road and go into that shop we never wanted to go into that shop to get across the hotel, just to get the aircon in the shade, because you couldn't walk on the street. You just could not walk in the street whatsoever because of how hot it was, and that was 42 degrees. And I remember sat in it, and the pool. We couldn't go in the pool because they had an issue with the pool. So.
Pool?
Yeah, there's a pool in the hotel.
Horrible.
We couldn't go in it because they had an issue. So I basically spent 3 hours in a cold shower.
Just
it was that
dying.
Just yeah.
So if you're in a dog in Vegas, don't take it walking.
Oh yeah, no. I don't know how anyone owns a dog in Vegas, to be honest. They must be acclimatised, the animals over there, to the heat. But no, 46 degrees, he said, and I remember thinking, A, I'm hungry, and B, that must be hot.
I'm sure there's loads of like wild tegus over there now that people have just released.
What's a tegu? Snake?
It's like a big
a lizard. Yeah,
huge
probably. It
things.
wouldn't surprise me.
There's loads in Florida.
Yeah, they have like
Tegus.
wild alligators and shit in Florida, don't they? Crocodiles.
Isn't Gatorland in Florida?
Yeah, I've been. Gatorland,
Have you been
Gatorland?
Gatorland?
Yeah.
I'd love to go to Gatorland.
Oh, it's amazing. They had this. They had this
I was
old.
jealous.
They had this old alligator who must have been, I don't know, old.
Brutus
he was
is his
old.
name or something.
He was albino. He was white.
Albino.
Pure white, and he was the nicest. Probably quite an angry alligator because he was old and he's an alligator, but he looked boss, and he was. I don't know if he's still alive now because that was a decade ago, but he was amazing. Now, yeah, we went to Gatorland, but there's pros and cons of Gatorland. You get to see loads of alligators and shows, but then you go to a restaurant and you can eat alligator wings and all that sort of stuff.
What?
Yeah, they serve.
That's like going to.
They did at least back then. I was very young, so I might.
That's like going to Blue Planet Aquarium and having a koi.
It might have been absolutely pure alligator. It might have just been like alligator themed because it was Alligator World. So please don't see me Alligator Land. That might be true, but I'm pretty sure they were advertising alligator-based foods while we were there.
Chester Zoo.
Maybe they didn't.
Chester Zoo. One of the elephants just died, so they're on elephant soup for a special today.
That's it. But it might have been like alligator Happy Meals. It wasn't actually alligator. It was actually chicken.
You get chicken, but you get an alligator.
But it isn't. Or in an alligator form. But as a 10-year-old kid, I thought these are selling alligator here. So don't sue me, Gatorland.
What's going on here?
That's
shark fin soup at Blue Planet Aquarium.
Yeah. Imagine it.
There's also, do you know what? you know what wild snake is native to Florida?
Python.
Corn snake.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Oh, they're just like little grass ones, aren't they?
Red rat snakes they are.
Oh,
they have
are
grass
they?
snakes in Florida, but we have grass snakes here.
Do we? Yeah.
If you go to Mount Snowdon and climb it, or you rarely see them, but if you look in all the crevices, you can't see them. Or like deep in the like really deep in the bushes where the rodents are, where you can't get to, and in the crevices between all the big boulders and stuff, are the English or the European adder,
Oh, really? Yeah.
which are the only venomous snake in
Can he
the
kill?
country. Yeah. So no one's died from them for 20 years. They
put
are
me off.
venomous,
That
but
put me off going to Snowdon.
they've not been fatal for. You won't see one. They don't come near you. They're only small, but they do have smooth snakes and grass snakes and worm snakes. But worm snakes aren't snakes. The worm snakes are just another word for legless lizard.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Which are just lizards. That's
What you
slither.
do see a lot in Florida is geckos detaching the tails all the time. A lot of them just, especially in the night when it's cool, just running about left, right, and centre, getting about faster than.
I think it's like
Everton's
probably
midfield.
like Tokai gecko or something in Florida. Oh, you know they have banded geckos in
Yeah.
Florida, in America, and like Arizona and places like that where it's hot. But with banded geckos, people don't have them as pets. People like breed them and feed them to the snakes and bigger lizards like tegus and stuff. It's a bit
An
sad,
alligator land.
Exactly. Who wants some fresh lizards?
We should go to Alligator World.
We should go
Land?
to Gatorland.
Gatorland.
Yes.
Let's go.
I've never been to America.
There's so many opportunities for these
Oh, do you
videos.
know what? If we could have gone to the Florida
so-
Cup
oh, man.
in Orlando
Oh, my-
to watch Everton, we could have gone to Gatorland, we could have gone Herping
we
to
could have
find
done
wild corn snakes.
so much. We could have done so much content for NED&CAM.
Oh, yeah. We could have just sacked the Everton game off. And
Yeah, we're not going to watch Everton in Florida. I'm going
we
to
should
Alligator
we
Land.
should go to we should go to Mount Snowdon and go herping, just looking for snakes.
I'd be
Hello.
the unfortunate person that gets bit on the head.
You look
by
at a rock and
venomous
it
one.
just goes. Ah.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. We got some other shows to do on Toffee TV.
Talk about Everton.
Yeah.
Who wants to talk about Everton?
Back to football. So,
You like
yeah,
this side of stuff? Give it a subscribe, leave it a like. There probably will be more topics-based videos. We will be doing the
just
odd,
gonna-
obviously, just chatting about
chat
completely
Wham
anything.
every week.
But the aim for some of the videos is that there's a topic that we talk about
Yeah.
and we chat Wham about said topic. But I like just sitting down and going from topic to topic. I think
So
it's
do I.
good,
Also,
so-
just leave if you've got any suggestions, like any games you want us to try or
Get them in
food
the
or
comments.
anything. We'll take a trip to Bully Splash World or something.
that's it.
Anything. Splash World.
Yes!
Southport.
Yes!
Yeah, down the rubber dinkies.
Pleasure Beach.
Pleasure Beach.
Not
would be
Pleasure Beach,
boss.
not Pleasure Beach. Pleasure Beach as well, but Sandcastle. Blackpool.
Blackpool Sandcastle. The one on
The water park, yeah.
The water park
The
on
water
the front.
park,
Yeah.
I don't know if you can
all the
film in a
slides come
water park.
outside. You could probably get like a waterproof GoPro.
We could rent it out.
The Sandcastle.
If we get
To
a K
ourselves.
subscribers, we can have memberships and then people
Yeah.
can sponsor us to rent out the Sandcastle
When we get 1 million subscribers, we'll rent out Sandcastle. We'll be like,
for everyone
like,
for the day.
oh, Cameron. So
Going
yeah,
down the slides.
leave your suggestions in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more of us and you don't know what Toffee TV or Mighty Blues is, Cameron from the Mighty Blues. I'm Ned from. Oh yeah, by the way, this is Cameron. I'm Ned.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
We've done this assuming that people know who we are.
I'm on Toffee TV sometimes. Cameron is the front face of the Mighty Blues. So yeah, please subscribe, please return, give this a like because we're trying to build this channel up as quick as we can. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. See you later.
See you after.